All right, let's hop into this one. Game number one, St. Clair College versus Universite de Montreal. Getting into the band phase here on Clubhouse. First one gone, taken away by Montreal is going to be Maverick. Get rid of him right off the start. Pretty standard stuff here so far. Now we get to see St. Clair picking up two operators off the board for themselves. Thatcher, tried and true. It seems like just getting rid of that EMP grenade from Thatcher is so critical in so many holds. Being able to shut down so many gadgets, stop bandit tricking. Like, there's just so much that Thatcher can do. Definitely don't blame St. Clair for taking him off the board. Getting rid of the Cade as well, removing some electrified reinforcements as well. Keeping that off the board for both sides. Making it so that if you want to electrocute or electrify a barrier, you need to have the bandit in order to do so. And Maluzzi is going to end up being the final ban here once again. Seems like maybe a season later, but still an absolute menace here on the side, or on the side of the attackers. Switch things up here and see who the first picks for these teams are going to end up being.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many.
All right, here we go. Starting off on the bottom side, right here in the basement. Defense is going to be held by the Universite de Montreal, rather. I am going to stumble on that one multiple times. Do not hate me, everybody. But we do get to see it's going to be Platts picking up the pulse right away, looking to make some plays. Max Paney on the smoke for some late game assistance. Silence as well here on the mute. Try and shut down additional sightlines here from any drones getting inside. We do have Smajo with the Legion, and then Bananas with the Jaeger. And Jaeger, I believe, I'm not sure if this is 100% live yet. We'll figure it as we go along. But Jaeger was on the chopping block for getting some changes. We've seen Jaeger pretty much in every single round of almost every single competitive match because he's utility at the ADS systems. Being able to just shut down 3 grenades was so critical in pretty much every single round that he was always a must pick. However, if the changes that I was thinking of are going live or are live here in this patch, they made the change that the ADSs can shoot as many grenades as they want down, but they're all within a 10-second cooldown. Beforehand, what you'd oftentimes see is somebody throw 3 grenades in to completely shut off the ADS, and then you stack 2 of those, and by all means, there is absolutely like no utility left for the attackers, making it quite difficult. But on the St. Clair side of things, we do have Big Papa, so we ride along with him on the Twitch drone. Looks like just a regular drone, but it does have that little extra taser charge, which could take out any gadgets or deal 10 damage to an opponent if it does get spotted. Kira from the rooftops here trying to get an angle to break through these reinforced walls, but it seems to be getting messed with at least a little bit, but one Hexcaro's charge is going to go down. You see Dummo looking to try and follow up off of some of these charges as well, playing a little bit of a vertical game here above this basement site, right around the B site here. Let's see if Dummo can find an angle onto somebody. We do have Mirko actually taking shots. That is towards the doorway downstairs, so he's looking to try and maybe make himself a flank. Yeah, of course, Dummo playing the sledge, making this gigantic sledgehammer work for him. And just add a bunch of additional sightlines onto the sites, but of course, those sightlines go both ways. Definitely have to be careful of that. Dummo finds one. JMB's going to finish him up, actually. Platts getting taken down before he had the opportunity to even use his Nitro Cell. So the pulse pick going to essentially to waste here to start things off. JMB's jumping in, but he's going to be met with by a Legion Trap. Domo is getting a kill onto Max Payne. We do have some back and forth battles here, and there's going to be another one, but actually that is going to go over to the side of Montreal. A 3-on-2 with the diffuser currently down. Kira does end up getting dropped in this mess. Domo and JMB. There's Domo. He does find silence. It's all up to Smasho, and he's right on the B site. Does find one. If he could somehow secure Domo, then he can get this diffuser just in time. But of course, time ticking down. Domo just has to make sure that he can stay alive long enough to force Smasho to try and stop this diffuser and then just pick him off for free. Of course, 10 seconds, just has to keep on stalling out, doing what he needs to. Frag grenade coming out, looking to see if he was taking a shot at that diffuser, and sure enough, right as Smasho goes to defuse, Domo is right there ready with that submachine gun, takes care of Smasho, and takes care of round number 1 for the Saints. Now, St. Clair may have gotten themselves a solid start on that one, but that was still extremely doable on the side of Universite de Montreal. It was right around the corner. Unfortunately there for Smasho, just with Domo being up on the high ground, there was no way that he can easily try to contest him, take him out from below. And Domo wasn't getting eager, wasn't getting overzealous, stayed back, made sure he did not get shot down. And sure enough, was able to clean it up in the end. But this round, this game can easily flip around nice and quick. Of course, we're just getting started here tonight. We could be in for the long haul with this best of 3. One player we really didn't get to see get started was Platts on the side of Universite de Montreal, as his pulse got basically taken out first before anything really got the opportunity of getting started. And with pulse being one part playmaker, one part in intelligence gatherer, you almost feel like that nitro cell should come into play at some point during every single round and usually secure a kill almost all the time. But did not end up securing it this time. He switches over to the Vigil, another roamer. We have ourselves a flanking style character as well, with the basement being the site of attack again here or the site of the defense here for Montreal. With the Vigil being on a completely different area, catch St. Clair off guard maybe. Could be a good operation of attack here for Platts if he can find himself the right position. Saints not changing anything up in regards to their attack, however. Beast back on the ace as well. Kira on the Habana once again, as we do see the Hexcaro's charges, confirming that it's the basement site once again here, and does spot somebody else set up in the corner. So it can allow Miracle, Domo, or possibly Big Papa get ready to move forward here in this attack. Going to use some chargers as well to go through the underground pathway. Will lead right into the site if they're allowed to walk all the way through. But that is a pretty well defended area most of the time, especially as we see right there, Kira pointing it out for us actually, that one of the players on the side of Universite de Montreal sitting there right behind the ADSs, and sure enough, it is actually changed. We just got to see it actually in action there. The old ADS systems from Jaeger would have stopped the second stun grenade going in, but it stopped the one, then it went on cooldown for about 10 seconds. So you no longer have to just spam everybody's utility in order to get something to happen. You can clear one out unless they stack more than one ADS in one area, then you just have to deal with 2 of them. They are looking for the slightest of angles here. Miracle actually, Matthew Mallon looking to try and move forward in this one. Sees the one player behind, gets caught up by a bit of a stun grenade though. Thankfully for himself, he's not going to get messed up in the meantime, but there is a lot of crossfire. Miracle finding one, but Big Papa goes down as well. Traded one for one. JMB's knocked down on the ground as well. Kira's still up top, trying to find the angle onto some of these players, but still, they have a 3v3 on this one. Miracle coming in hot here with a nice triple. Kira gets the opportunity to get this diffuser down, and that was a huge play on the side of the Saints, on the side of Miracle. To be able to bring it down, that diffuser did not get put down, however. Bananas coming in clutch right at the last moment to stop that from happening. Unfortunately, Miracle gets jumped on. Bananas finding himself a solid round. I'm popping off for the triple. Bananas one-upping me with the quadra. Solid play here from Bananas on the Mozzie to secure Universite de Montreal's first round win in this game. Oh, I was just saying that it could easily just flip around based off of execution, and Montreal coming in clutch, showing it off. Now, with the basement taken off the table, it's going to be off to CCTV, which is usually the starting point for defenders here on this map, but we'll have to see what they end up trying here this time. Bananas taking over the Jaeger duty, and we do see possibly the third operator pick from Platts in just as many rounds. The Valkyrie looking to be locked in via the 6th pick. So you go from a super defensive operator with a castle that was selected initially and switches it off to one of the more aggressive operators on the defensive side of things, of course that being Valkyrie. Now that we're on the new site as well, we'll see Smajo there with the Bandit. Of course, the Cade was taken off the plate for additional electrifications, so it's going to be all up to the Bandit to put the batteries on as many of these reinforced walls as he sees fit, and probably save one for himself as well to try and bait out some utility from St. Clair and do some Bandit tricking on these walls. But off to the attacking side of things, St. Clair sticking to the same composition once again. Getting all set up. Normally for this site, they tend to split up a little bit. 2 or 3 go through the front door, and then 2 or 3 tend to go around the back. Usually that's what you'll see Kiri doing, and that's exactly what's going to be the case right here. Getting some different angles towards these the backside garages. But there is a player on the side of Universite de Montreal up in the high ground, up on the catwalk, so that could be something to be careful of. We do see Miracle actually starting to pop some of those stun grenades up into a catwalk, expecting that there's somebody up there, and he would be right, but it's wise on the Montreal player to just keep his head down in that situation. Miracle making himself known so far in this one. Kira in the back as well. Shots fired back and forth a little bit here between him and one of the University of Montreal's players. Big Papa in the building. Domo still from outside. Miracle moving forward a little bit as well, but taking his time. Kira, Jam, Beast, both just finding their smarks. Normally, this is the hole that you kind of want to go through. You want to bust through this door, but of course, that is exactly why you have the Bandit. And Silence, actually, on the smoke, finding himself a kill here on to Miracle. So Miracle taken down rather quickly before the final push does occur. Just a little bit above a minute left. Domo getting peppered on. Not going to go down just yet. Tries to keep fighting, but he is going to get taken down. Platts come in and clutch, getting his first kill of the game, living on a thread of HP. Solid job there to win that battle. Now, this is a tall task here for St. Clair. Jambeast and Kira still along the back side, and they're the only ones left as Platts finds himself another one as he gets the jump on to, I believe that was Big Papa or Domo, one of the two. But solid job from the defense, and Kira gets taken down. Platts really showing up to play. He got 3 kills with 1 HP. That is some value right there, ladies and gentlemen. And JM Beast and actually Max Payne, they're both going to trade headshots onto each other. But with JM Beast being the last one alive, that is going to give this win over to Universite de Montreal as they take the lead for the first time here in this series. Montreal had a bit of a rough first round, but ever since then, they have been on the gas and making it work. That basement defense was solid. That CCTV defense looked almost convincing. Like, very, very well done, only losing the one member. And the fact that Platts finally stepped up and went absolutely nuts there on the Valkyrie, getting himself, I think that was either 2 or 3 kills in that round alone. It was 3 kills on that round, so solid job there, of course. But we're now going to the second floor, but not to CCTV again. You can't go back to the one that you've won on yet. So up into the gym this time by. And then I don't know if Platts is trying to do a A to Z operator run while this match is happening or what, but we're now on his 4th character, or 4th operator in 4 rounds, this time picking up the Ella for some additional disruption via her Grismont mines. I think I've said it before when trying to explain Ella, but if you get hit by one of her mines, she basically makes you drunk. You're waddling around, you can't see straight, and if you're trying to win a gunfight in that scenario, you are probably toast. And we do see silence as well on the Goyo. That's something different here for this round specifically. Esmajo picking up the castle for a little extra stalling, a little bit of extra like pathway disruption, I suppose you can say. Clearing the way for Big Papa's drone, and just in time, actually. That may have seemed minimal, but that actually got rid of one of the bandit batteries. And Big Papa gonna wait for the cue from St. Clair, try and squeak in there, does find another battery. So wasting 2 batteries on the side of Montreal is going to allow them to start breaching through this reinforced wall, essentially uncontested. Miracle was able to tag up Max Payne a little bit. Just a touch, though. Still above half HP, though. Still has 1 battery in hand as well. So even though that first area of defense didn't exactly go as planned, he is going to be able to retreat and go backwards, still with that battery. That being said, Big Papa now without any Twitch drones moving forward, so he's going to have to be scouted in for, or one of his teammates is going to have to scout him in to move forward. Otherwise, you're running in blind, and as soon as you run out of information, you're basically dead, and Platt's going to find Miracle. Now, the one thing that those castle barricades, of course, do not hold up well against is a sledgehammers, and that is going to be where Domo Cookie Bear comes in clutch, able to go through those barriers nice and quick. But that being said, with Miracle being down already, once again, St. Clair stuck down real fast, and actually Banana's getting extremely aggressive. Looks for the run out, but a nice shutdown from Kira, repelled up on the high ground. Picks that one up. Max Payne, though, finds JM Beast, and that was the diffuser carrier for St. Clair. So with 45 seconds left on the clock, somebody's going to have to try and contest that, and Big Papa's going to be the first one to start things off. Smash going down. We do see the diffuser on site. We see Domo taking down Max. So now 2 on 3, but you still have to pick up that diffuser. Big Papa moving forward to try and make it happen. He is getting shot upon. Domo blasted away by a shotgun from Silence. Platts and Silence looking to make it work. And a huge play coming out of both Platts and Silence, rather, as the Nitro Cell finished off the one member with the diffuser. And there we have Platts as well, picking up the other elimination as well. Universite de Montreal looking solid here now that they've gotten themselves all warmed up. Enough rounds has passed as well to allow them to go back to a site that they've won on in the past. Going back down to the basement for round number 5, and it looks like operator number 5 here for Platts is going to be Alibi. Platts is playing essentially everybody here in this matchup, apparently. Do see a switch up coming out here from Max Payne as well, because we see Echo for the first time in a long time here in the CR6. He's been banned for so long, and we're actually going to see him finally get some play. Being able to pilot some yokai drones, these little drones that you can fire up onto the ceiling and stick. Acts as a camera, but it also can shoot you for about, I think it's either 5 or 10 damage. And it acts as a stun as well, so it can stop defuses from happening. So you save that for the last possible moment when the clocks run out. As we see here, just putting it in the proper position, so if somebody tries to put a defuse down, just tag them with the drone and it's stopped. It can be absolutely brutal for last moment pushes from St. Clair. Yeah, St. Clair looking to stop the bleeding after a couple rounds really falling out of favor there for them. That last one was extremely competitive, extremely close, but still one solid play coming out of Universite de Montreal. Finished off 3 of the members of St. Clair, with only 2 of themselves. Big Papa getting peppered down extremely quickly from the window. Hello, Bananas, picking him off nice and quick. A nice little jump onto St. Clair. And St. Clair once again down a player as we move forward in this attack. Still 2 minutes to make something happen, but they have to play this extremely slow now. Miracle trying to find a head from somebody. Maybe get a sneaky little elimination there, but not going to find anybody. And it looks like Domo's the only one even remotely inside the building right now for St. Clair. Really taking their time trying to move forward. This basement is rather rough to crack. A solid shot there from Domo, however. Picks off the head of Silence. Nicely done there. Now with the 4-on-4, St. Clair might be feeling a little bit more enticed to get a move on, especially since they have only a minute 20 left on the clock in this round.
Launching drone.
Quiet couple seconds there on the side of St. Clair, as Domo's still the only one inside. Actually, no, got a couple more in here. Domo's finally got some reinforcements. JM Beast is right here alongside him. Will JM Beast be the one to dive in? In fact, he's going to be the one to do so. He dives in. He does start putting the diffuser down, but with Miracle up top, try and stop it. He sees the Nitro Cell, but can he stop it? He does not stop it in time. He could not find the shots necessary, so the diffuser is just lying on the ground, completely unarmed as of this moment. Domo in a bit of a battle as well elsewhere in the building. The Miracle, the only one around to even pick this one up. He gets hit by the LMI, and he is absolutely stunned up. Gets smoked. We do have ourselves a 2-on-3. Domo finds himself a triple here in this round. Really trying to make this work. 2v2, 10 seconds left. Really right now, Montreal, they just have to run for the hills and then try to pick off the diffuser when the time comes. Right now, Domo has it in hands. He's going to switch the sights. Can he sneak it in time? No, the person is right there. Max Payne coming in clutch for the side of Universite de Montreal to secure that round. Was able to win the 1v2. And of all of the people he had to take out, he took out the right target, whether he knew it or not. By taking down the diffuser, there was absolutely nothing St. Clair could do in that situation. As they drop that round as well, the basement going over to Montreal as they start running away with this a little bit here, starting up this this brutal defense. Of course, this is halftime, however. One more round of attack here for St. Clair before we switch things up. Hoping for the sake of St. Clair that their defense is maybe a little bit more solid compared to the attack. But I say that there has just been such small, minor errors that have cost entire rounds, it feels like. And it's brutal to see. On the elimination side of things, we do have Bananas and Domo leading the squad here. And then all of a sudden, after a brutal first 2 rounds, Platts coming up and leading in terms of the points in this game. Not only finding some eliminations, but making his utility work as well.
Seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Now we have a cheeky play off the start. Platts, what on the world are you trying to do? Okay, just trying to get a camera out. Because of course that is something that you can do as Valkyrie, get a sneaky little camera by just throwing it outside once the round starts. Here I thought somebody was going for a spawn peek or something cheeky like that, but no. In all reality, it was a pretty standard Valkyrie play. It can be a little bit risky, however, if you do get spotted and just get shot out of the skies right away, but Platt's going to be able to pull it off and just add that much more extra vision, extra information for the side of Montreal. Okay, so we have Kira and Domo down in the building as of right now. Miracle is there as well. JMB's trying to get everybody droned in. Big Papa kind of by his lonesome here on the other side. Looking to try to get something started. Actually, Kira going to be able to get something started as he does take down Silence. The smoke taken off the table extremely quickly in this round. Nicely done there. Although a little bit of an over-eager push here from Kira. As soon as he hops the wall, Max Payne sitting there ready and waiting. Lights him up like it's nobody's business. 3 of the St. Clair members still pushing forward, though. Jam Beast with the diffuser in hand. Still a little bit timid on the outside. Shots fired, and it's actually going to be Jam Beast going down after Platts does end up making a bit of an aggressive play and takes out JM Beast. And there's another one going down as well. Max Payne really coming into play these last couple rounds, taking out Domo. We have ourselves a 4-on-2 now on the favor of Universite de Montreal. Big Papa kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, looking to try and contest. It was the slightest of holes that they're peeking him through here. Wisely waiting for Miracle. If there's somehow a way they're going to do this, they're going to have to try and do this together. But Big Papa is going to get mowed down before he even gets the opportunity to. Miracle does get one. A 1v3. Not impossible, but damn, is this going to be difficult. Trying to just smoke him. He does find the one. He's got to be careful. Any of those little holes, he can spot you through. 14 seconds left on the clock. He needs to go on an absolute spree right here, right now. But he's run out of options as Smasho right there ready and waiting with the nitro cell as well. The cheeky little toss through the hole. Something so non-threatening. You see just a little hole in the wall. Oh, that can't be that big of a deal until they're throwing a nitro cell through it. You never think to look there until it's too late. All right, other than round number 1, this has been absolutely brutal for this side of St. Clair. Right now, Universite de Montreal looking absolutely cracked out here in this matchup, taking a nice 5-1 lead. Of course, first to get to 7 is going to win this matchup unless it ends up becoming a 6-6 scenario. Because then overtime is the thing. But looking at the scores right now, the likelihood of that being the case is rather either unlikely or rather surprising, depending on how optimistic you are here. But we got to see if this St. Clair defense can pull the strings properly. And then this will be interesting. I know I'm already excited. We do see Silence pulling out Zero, one of the newer operators here in Rainbow Six Siege. First time we get to see him in a competitive setting for Collegiate, so looking forward to seeing how that works here. JM Beast, actually, he's not on Not on the Maestro this time. It's actually going to be Miracle picking that one up. That was JMB's go-to character for the longest time. Kira on the Bandits, Big Papa on the Jaeger, and Domo is in Rapid's old shoes. Ready and waiting here with the smoke. Shotgun ready and waiting. And I'm sure we'll see him hiding in a closet sometime soon, ready to pop out and surprise the ongoing attackers. If I recall correctly here, Zero's gadget can basically shoot through a wall, and it ends up being a camera pointed out on the other side.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Really, excuse me, really critical for getting quick peeks. And we do see Platts here. He's been aggressive pretty much the most of any player here today. But now picking up a more utility operator here in the IQ, looking to take down as much of the Saints' utility as possible. And they have quite a bit of it, so that IQ is extremely valuable right here, right now. And Max Payne actually sharking from below here with the Zolfia. A nice little change of pace here from what we normally see that operator being used as. Yeah, sure enough, is able to shoot right through, get the camera out. You can take another look if necessary. We do see Big Papa bouncing back and forth. Miracle actually finds himself one, finds himself two. Next thing, it's going to be Kira securing kill number 2. So a nice turnaround here for momentum for St. Clair. Possibly their opportunity to stop some of the bleeding that's been happening in this matchup if they can close this round out. Kira ready and waiting. We know that there's a player on their side, but they probably don't know until just right here, right now. Kira's probably a little bit sus onto that. Montreal slowing it down just a touch here as we move forward to the last minute of play in this first attack. Kira still has one of the players pinched, however, he does not know that for sure. They're going to try and crawl out. He might see the forearm of the player. He actually did not make contact, and he's actually going to lose that fight. A huge play here from Silence on the Zero. Smash finding one as well. Jambeast was able to secure one, did take down the diffuser holder. There's still 2 members left to go. Silence, who's already been doing well. Bananas does go down. It's all up to Silence, who does end up going down. Jambeast coming in clutch here for the Saints as he picks up a double to clean up this round. The halftime switch of roles coming in clutch here for St. Clair. If they want to somehow take this game home, they essentially just have to keep their foot on the gas floored all the way to the end of this one. Keep it up and see if they can make the pass later on in this round, because there is still a lot of time to go and they do not have very much room for error, being down 2-5 here on Clubhouse. Miracle thinking about a Vigil pick. We don't have any Maestros on the side of St. Clair, which, like I was saying before, tends to be a staple on St. Clair for the most part, especially for JM Beast, but we're not going to see it this time by. Going to stick to the Valkyrie, it looks like.
As many bombs as they can.
New feed
10
up.
seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Lined up and ready to go here for the round number 8. We do see Platts from going to the utility operator to one of the most aggressive operators in terms of entry fragging, bringing the Ash out here this time by. super quick with lots of soft destruction utility.
The attacker's bomb
A
diffuser
Smash
has
out here
been
with the
lost.
thermite as well could possibly look to break into this underground area. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to be opting to do, considering they're going towards the basement. This is exactly where they want to be. Max Payne going to be on the IQ duty this time by. Does actually spot one of the St. Clair members, and that's, of course, one of the cute things that you can do with IQ and catch the Saints off guard. When you pull out your phone to look at a camera on defense, that counts as using a gadget, and it lights up in the IQ scanner. So if the player can identify that that is in fact a player holding a gadget, if you pop a couple shots towards them, you very well might take them down. And you can see Max Payne really looking for these extra shots. He's finding a lot of gadgets in the meantime as well, really making St. Clair's life difficult here, trying to hold this basement, and is basically playing the role that St. Clair's Sledge would constantly be doing, using these breaching charges instead. Only has the 3 of them, but put them in 3 rather critical areas, and you can do it to pretty much similar effects to play a vertical game above the basement.
Here we go. August position.
And then, of course, Platts, between the breaching rounds that Ash carries and the breaching charges, can do a lot of the exact same thing. As you can see, this floor is an absolute mess here for St. Clair to try and deal with. But with a minute left, the only battles that's really happened here is a little bit of damage onto Silence. And one thing good to note is those Silence cameras actually will activate an ADS. You can fire one of those off and then start spamming in your grenades on top of that.
Target located.
Smash over the carrier, looking like he's going to try and finally get towards the site. The rest of Universite de Montreal looking to get ready to push as well. They do not give themselves much time here. These last couple seconds, Smasho has the charge ready to go. Gonna blow the hole, but this is exactly why you want to carry a smoke. They've waited so long that it's going to be an absolute kerfuffle to try and finish this one off. Kira's going to find one, Miracle going to find one. Big Papa fighting from the side as well, and it's just an absolute bloodbath. I missed like 3/4 of that. I do apologize. Or we're trying to find it. JMB's going to find bananas. And basically, Montreal didn't give themselves enough time in the slightest. They really tried to make a final breaching play work, and it just did not at all. St. Clair kept themselves safe, and between the smoke still being up, ready and waiting with the gases, really kind of funneled them into one spot, where St. Clair as a whole were just able to completely mow them down and take care of another round win as we now go to the gym. Smasho looking to take a switch here. Was playing Thermite last time by, and to be honest, was finding like some good hard destruction, but was not exactly able to get the rest of the team to follow through with it. They're gonna opt to a different operator. This is the Cali this time by. One of 2 sniper characters on the offensive side of things. Sniper is not exactly the most sought-after things here, but I mean this rifle might as well be an op from Counter-Strike, where as long as you hit them, I think it's waist up, it is at least a down but not out.
10 seconds left.
And of course the gadget being able to shoot through
5 seconds
I
left.
believe it's soft and hard barricades and then destroy whatever their gadget is on the other side. Obviously extremely valuable. We kind of started to see Cali getting a little bit more playtime during the last couple rounds of CR6 fall and then the playoffs as well. Of course, with lugging around this gigantic sniper rifle, you are not exactly the quickest of operators, so the diffuser duty is actually going to go over here to Max Payne this time by. Ace Chargers looking to start blowing some holes through this wall. Of course, being on the gym side of things, Just go right through this barricade as well, and it looks good so far. It was pretty well uncontested. St. Clair, no electrification operators at all in play. With Cade being taken down, nobody wanted to play the bandit. So they're going to be able to breach through this just fine. It's not going to be the end of the world for St. Clair as long as they're prepared for it, but like whether they're already ready and waiting, or were they surprised that they blew through that so quickly? That is the question. But Big Papa taking down the diffuser carrier nice and quick. Nicely done there, as we do see Platts from the windowsill lobbing in some of those breaching rounds and just making a whole heck of a lot of noise. Smasho holding the long angle for the time being, trying to see if they can make their way towards this diffuser. And a nice shot, actually. Big Papa getting sniped out. That would have been from Smasho. A nice shot. And that long angle hold coming in clutch. We do see Bananas as well taking down Kira. So the 3-on-4 here. Make that a 2-on-4. And make it 1. It's all down to Domo to try and keep the Saints' defensive flawlessness alive. But this is going to be a tall task. Makes the peak. Does find 1, however. It's all up to Smasho and Silence. Who's going to get the jump? If you get the jump on the sniper, you could probably still win this battle. But you still have to worry about the Jackal coming out here. And a nice shot with the shotgun, actually. Domo looking clutch. Does he spot them? He very well might. The diffuser goes down, however, and he drops through the hatch. This is actually kind of brutal. A solid play there from Domo, though, is going to use the smoke to take care of the downed player. He could probably make the defuse. Does Smasho have any sort of answer here at all? Is looking for the angle. Can he find a skull? He's not going to be able to. Domo makes it happen. That's a kind of funny ending replay there, but that was actually kind of clutch. The smoke also stopped Smasho from being able to cleanly run through the steps and make the refrag if necessary. So not only did it take down the fallen player that was already out, but with that, Domo, holy smokes, really keeping Saints' hopes alive here. That one I thought Saints were finally going to drop on defense. Proven me wrong. And like I say time and time again here on the Saints stream, I have absolutely no problem being wrong. In fact, I love to encourage it. So the team's showing me new things and making the plays possible. Keeping the fighting spirit alive. Defensively, on Clubhouse, it just seems like both these teams are just that much better on defense compared to offense. Which in this situation, it looks like Universite de Montreal, they're going to have to try and make something happen nice and quick. Otherwise, we could be finding ourselves in Saints being able to make the overtake here. Possibly take this round, or take this game. I mean, momentum's in their favor, but by all means, they are still down in this round. Only leaving yourselves 2 rounds to play with is a rather nerve-wracking scenario, to say the least. But take a quick second here for the clutchness of Domo, getting himself into the double digits in regards to eliminations in this matchup already. Picking up the smoke duty and looking solid while doing it. CCTV, the line of attack here for round number 10. Smasho's going to be playing the long angle from probably the repelled area, but can also go right through this wall and look to damage one of the gadgets on the other side. Kira, of course, is ready and waiting with that bandit battery. Gonna have to try and play around the gadget of Smasho's Cali.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Silence possibly looking to make a play here. Does know that one of the St. Clair members are up on the catwalk. Just going to opt to take the camera out and then reposition himself. You can see the one player, I think it's JMB, still up on the catwalk, Freddy and Winning, can they find the jump onto him? He's being pinged out here, so he's kind of in a rough spot. Kira goes down, actually. Bananas going to be taking down the Bandit, which means, in theory, this should leave the opening here for Universite de Montreal to go through the main CCTV doors. JMB's being peppered by like 3 or 4 members of Montreal right here, right now, and he's not going to live that. He got completely sandwiched, and now St. Clair's looking for another miracle to try and win out this round. Diffuser's down, but it's just because they didn't want to move forward with it just yet. Smoke grenades coming out early here from Domo. Try and slow things down. Try and force a last-second kind of engagement. Miracle, Domo, and Big Papa try and hold this, and like I was saying before, they're probably not going to be able to hold the door. And sure enough, they haven't been able to. There is a gigantic hole in it already. Big Papa's position's known. Max Payne takes down Miracle. The 2v5, 2v1 now. And holy smokes, a solid run here. Flawless on the side of Universite de Montreal after Max Payne just went on an absolute killing spree. That's at least a quadra in that round. Holy smokes. Now the pressure is on, however. No more room for error. The only way to possibly win this here for St. Clair is to force overtime. Bringing it to a 6-6 and forcing it to be a 1st to 8 kind of scenario.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Instead of going back to CCTV, they are in fact going to go down to the basement. And they're actually going to put Domo onto Maestro duty for this one specifically and pass the smoke duty over to Kira instead. And on the side of Universite de Montreal, we do have Platts now on the Jackal as well. If anybody wants to get cheeky, he's going to scout them out and track them down and possibly hunt them down. And we do see Miracle on the Vigil, looking to play that kind of roamer style. Could get spotted out by Platts if he does spot his footprints. First game point here for Universite de Montreal. One more, and then not only does this mean they're going to go into game 2, which of course, game 2 in the lead and go on the cafe, but this also means that for St. Clair to win the entire series, they have to play on Oregon. And like I was saying during the pregame, Oregon has not been a map that's treated them too nicely in the past. So they'll be kind of at the disadvantage moving forward there. You do see that little red eye. That is the power of Platts' Jackal being able to spot out one player based off of finding footprints.
Drone active.
Shots fired right away. Platts going to find his mark. He takes down Miracle as well. The roamer off the table. Platts doing exactly what that operator was supposed to do. Takes care of the roamer, which means the rest of his team can breathe easy, that the flanks are probably going to be covered. And if we take a look at the positioning of St. Clair, they are kind of all like turtled up into positions where you'd probably expect them to be. Nobody coming to attack from behind or anything like that. They can confidently move forward and try to finish off this game. Silent's going to be plowing through some hatches. Does have the diffuser nearby if necessary.
Stay back. Going live.
A little bit of a battle here from below, trying to make sure that this hatch doesn't open. But eventually you just run out of utility. And actually it might be Silence who ran out of utility in that case there. St. Clair doing enough to hold that hatch. You see Visoron looking for footprints once again, but also maybe looking to get a quick pick. We do see 2 St. Clair members off on the A site, 2 on the B site. Split up nicely here. Using some of these smokes, try and give them an opportunity to move forward. Max Payne takes out JM Beast. 30 seconds left on the clock. We have ourselves a 2v3 now, as we have ourselves 2 kills on the side of St. Clair. We have Kira and Domo still sitting there with that double. It's going to be Kira get himself on the board again. Silence does go down, does still have a couple smoke grenades left over. 15 seconds ago. That's a nice kill from Domo. St. Clair's hope to keep going here, but it's a one-on-one. Kira is going to have to try and make it work. Can he survive? He finds the head. He finds Bananas and keeps St. Clair in the game. Bananas had the right idea, however. Doesn't matter how much time you have. If you kill off the entirety of the enemy team, you win the round. So he went right for it, looking to try and take Kira on head-on. But unfortunately there for Universite de Montreal, they are not going to win that exchange. And they're going to keep this one close. 5-6 here. Holy moly, back to CCTV we go. It was a solid one for Montreal last time by. It's going to be an absolute banger moving forward here. A different setup as well. Once again, no electrification at all for CCTV, which is usually a massive question mark on my head, but there's a reason why these are the players competing in this match and why I'm just sitting here behind the desk being tackled by a cat while casting this for you guys. But we'll get to see what St. Clair have in mind. We do see Kira on the castle looking for a little extra whatchamacallit, disruption or interference with these powered up barriers of sorts. And there is no sledge on, oh no, there is a sledge. Platt's actually switched over to sledge, so perfect timing for him to do so there. And Domo just absolutely killing it here for St. Clair, but look at on the side of Universite de Montreal as well. Max Payne and Bananas both going absolutely nuts here in this series so far. We'll get to see if St. Clair can somehow force this to an overtime for game number 1. We're now here on round 12. You need to make this hold in order to keep things going. And then once it gets into overtime, which side the players play on is completely randomized. If they're on the defensive side of things, I would assume that they're actually kind of on the advantage with the way that the match has been so far. But of course, you never know, and it would be a 1st to 8 in that situation. We do get there.
Okay, time to ring some ears.
A bomb has been located.
And sure enough, actually, Platt's going to find Miracle extremely quickly in this fight with still 2 minutes to go. Platt's really making his presence known, just absolutely thrashing through this 2nd floor balcony wall. Going to give him and some other members the ability to just flow freely through that area. And looking to possibly make the play towards A, and once again, this one's looking a little rough here for St. Clair. A 3-on-5, Domo getting peppered down as well. Grenaded out, is he going to be able to survive this? Going to be successfully able to do so, barely moving out of the way just in time, gets taken down. No smokes for you. JM Beast is down. Big Papa, can you reverse ace? That's a tough task. And he is absolutely sandwiched. He's going to find one, actually, but he is going to go down. Platts actually took down Smasho, trying to get to Big Papa. But in the end, the round was successfully taken by Universite de Montreal. May have taken the skull of their own teammate to get there, but they are going to win this one and move forward in this series in the lead after a solid 7-5 victory here on Clubhouse. Three members on the side of Montreal hitting the double digits in regards to eliminations, and a very, very solid run from Universite de Montreal. Just, especially early when they were on defense. They gave up one round and then they just clicked from there. It was a solid job from there. But before we hop in to game number 2, which of course is going to be on Cafe, I'm going to take a very, very brief break. Let the players get themselves a quick breather and give me a quick water break. We'll be right back. Game number 2 right around the corner. Be sure to stay tuned.